Hi, I'm going to explain about the blockchain automation framework. So basically, blockchain automation framework is an automation framework to consistently deploy a production-ready DLT or blockchain networks on an existing Kubernetes cluster. Um, it's a new type of data system that maintains and records the data in a way that allows multiple stakeholders to confidently share access to the same data and information. So this is nothing but a kind of a DLT a type actually. This is a how blockchain automation framework looks like. So blockchain automation framework, we can have multiple platforms like we can choose any of the platform to deploy our application. Fabric, Karoda, Indy, Quorum, these all are the platforms. We can choose any of these platform, and using that platform we can use different technologies to deploy our applications, the AWS or Kubernetes, Azure, anything we can use, and we can deploy our sample application. So BAF has a few benefits. So why someone has to choose BAF than the bar service provided by the cloud providers is basically BAF deployment scripts are cloud agnostic. So it saves money and time, and can deploy networks and smart contracts across a different DLT platform with much ease, and bring your own infrastructure. This is a main feature of this BAF, which will set up like what we want in my infrastructure. So that can be built from the BAF. So it can have a Git Kubernetes cluster, vault services provisioning to meet specific requirements and enterprise standards. So and specifies the number of organization and number of nodes per organization in a network.yaml file, uniquely designed for a DLT network setup and ease of maintenance. So we can define number of organization within our network.yaml file, and we can configure many organization in a single network. So the conceptual building blocks of the BF architecture design are as below: Ansible and Kubernetes service. Helm is a package manager, and HashiCorp Vault is this is used for storing keys and certificates across this network. GitOps, blockchain architecture framework features, and Jenkins. So now I'm going to explain how in a DLT network like BAF. I'm choosing a HL Fabric platform, and I'm deploying a simple application here. So I am choosing Hyperledger Fabric platform. So for to deploy any network, any platform, right? So we need to update this network that .yaml file with the required like configuration based on our this Hyperledger Fabric network. So this is my sample network.yaml file, which is having a fabric because I have chosen a fabric type here, platform here, and the version of that, and these environment details, like what kind of environment you will be using, and Docker configurations has to be passed here, and this will have a orderers. Like orderers, we can have multiple. Here we have two. In my setup, I have a two orderers. This will have a TLS connection and an MSP certificate, and these MSP certificate will be mounted in vaults. This basically exposed to a DLT network. Actually, these variables basically exposed to a DLT network. So then we have a channels. These channels actually, this is a way to communicate to the organization with the order and all the participant peers of the organization. Every participant is joined to the organization as a new through the channel. So in the channel there are two types actually, creator and we can see a joiner. So where the creator creates the channel, instantiates the code, and in addition to joining the channel and install the chain code. So this is my channel block. So organization, I have a like set of organization defined here. Um, each organization will have a basic setup called um, certificate details and the cloud provider details and the Kubernetes configuration details, Vault details, and the GitOps where I have to push the code and all. It will be in this block. It will be there, and it will have a services called CA peers and all. So it has its own K8 and allowing a deploy in a multiple cluster. So each of the peer will have two kind of pods inside the peer. One is called certificate and one more is CoachDB. Certificate is like it is stored in our HashiCorp vaults. It will be stored there for each of these organization. So I have organization called manufacture, career, and store, as well as last one is a warehouse. So this is my network.aml configuration. So based on your network, we can have a based on a platform, we can choose our configuration here, and we can update the network.aml. So if I want to create a network for Hyperledger Fabric network, so I have to run a flat playbook, Ansible playbook called site.aml through by passing the network.aml configuration to this file. This in turn it will call all of the playbooks to set up our network actually. So yeah, the configuration of the site.aml I can show you. So this is a configuration which in turn it will call the environment setup call, Kubernetes environment setup call, and deploy network YAML. These all will happen. Chain code will install and instantiate happens. These all are these all will be called when we call a site ML. And if you stuck with somewhere while deploying the network, you can always reset a network using a reset command. So it will reset your network. Then you can try again with the network by same playbook. So once our network is done, so our organization, each of the organization will have this structure where in which in these all every organization will have a these kind of images and these kind of fabric things, and then these all are how it has been certification and all, how it has to do chain code upgradation and deploy of a chain code, and how it calls the REST API. These all will be defined in this picture. So I have already set up a network in my machine, and the this is my folder wherein which in build folder I have a network.aml file where in which I have updated all the details, my configuration details. So when I give kubectl get pods -a -w command, this will give me the list of pods it is running. So I have already set up network as well as application also I have deployed here. So you can see multiple pods running here. Uh, this HL Fabric will have a default pods running up. These all are for HL Fabric network. This Flux is main feature for main pod for Hyperledger network. HA proxies is another way of routing a traffic from outside your cluster to service within the cluster actually. So now like for each of the organization, I'll have a many pods here: peer zero, join channel, instantiate chain code, create channel, carrier REST server, carrier express API, CA tool, CA. These all are pods running for organization. I have a career net, supply chain, manufacturer store net, and warehouse net. So these all pods will be up and running when I do a deployment of the network. So after this, when I deploy a application on the network, so this is a, playbook we have to run for running the application. So once we do the application deployment, we can see the Express API and REST server pods running up here. These two are the application supply chain application on the Fabric Ledger network. I can see all these application has deployed across all the organization. These two has been running in manufacture as well, in supply chain as well, and in even in store Express API and warehouse. These two are pods for my application. So even we have the services defined for this. So these all services will be used for this network. These all are services used for this network. And there are secrets also get created when we set up a network. These are the secrets we are using for this network. These all will be stored in vaults. This is a Hyperledger Fabric automation using some and supply chain application deployment. Thank you.